SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.
Whether you're looking to start a career with no student loans or change careers to land one of the happiest jobs in the world, yep, that's construction, Build Mississippi can help. Visit buildmississippi.com to learn why a career in the trades deserves another look. Buildmississippi.com. Your future is waiting.
I'm Steve Azar, and I'm on the other side of the microphone, meaning I'm asking the questions this time, and oh, have mercy for the airwaves. I spent 20 years in Music City, wrote and made some hits, traveled the world, and then moved my family back to the birthplace of American music and where the magnolia trees prosper. And now every time I put my feet on Mississippi soil, when I'm off the road, well, I'm at peace. On this show, it's all about hearing the stories straight from the mouths of the friends I've made along the way, their journey to success. Heck, there might be someone on, I don't even know, but you know how us Mississippi types are. We tend to take well to new company. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them. I'm Steve Azar. It's just like that muddy river, moving slow. Ain't no worries, it's how life goes, baby. In a Mississippi Minute. That's right.
Hey folks, time for another In a Mississippi Minute. I'm Steve Azar. Thank you for tuning in. Rocking into the spring, just out of the winter, ice storms, snowstorms. Bless all you guys out there that have gone through it. I've been thinking about you. You guys have been in my prayers. Mississippi's resilient. The comeback will be even greater. I can tell you that. But definitely thinking about you guys. Go to visitmississippi.org. Celebrate our Mississippi. Take a road trip. Take a loved one. If you don't have one with you, you'll find one there. That's how we roll. Today's guest. Just let me tell you about today's guest. I'm so excited to have him on. He's one of the best guys I've ever met in my life. Born in Herkimer, New York, he discovered his extraordinary mental calculation abilities just at the age of 9. And he's got a thing with 9, by the number 9. While his classmates were carefully adding numbers right to left, he flipped the script, adding them from left to right, and astonishing his teachers with the correct answer. That moment sparked a lifelong fascination in numbers. We've talked about this. He drove his teachers crazy. They didn't understand it because they couldn't understand him. Dubbed the human calculator by Regis Philbin, he has demonstrated the ability to add, subtract, multiply, divide, and even calculate square and cube roots instantaneously with the calculator level accuracy. Actually, I've seen it where nobody could keep up on the calculator. He's ahead of the game. He's been a guest on major shows, Oprah Winfrey Show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, many, many times with Larry King Live back in the day, captivating audiences all over the world. He's a Guinness World Record holder for the fastest human calculator, but has not only broken records, he's reshaped how people rethink about math. He lectured at organizations like NASA, IBM, the Smithsonian Institute, and has made his mission to rebuild math confidence in both kids and adults. Author of The Math Magic, inventor of a 13-month calendar, host of the Human Calculator, and the ambassador of World Math Day. He is on a mission to change the world's relationship with math. Please welcome in the Human Calculator himself, my pal, owner of the Herkimer Originals, Scott Flansburgh. What's up?
Wow, Steve, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor. And I just got to tell you straight up, since I met you the day at your golf tournament and all you're doing for your community and the charities, and you're just a regular guy making such a huge impact. So I'm honored to be your friend.
Oh man, thank you so much. You shot a 72 today with Alice Cooper shooting a 74.
Yeah, I took him down. I had 2 birdies on the back end, but he was right there the whole way.
Out in Arizona?
Yeah, we were in Scottsdale today.
You never let him, you never take it easy on him, right?
There is no give between Coop and I. It is mano a mano. And our buddy Joe Norelli was out here yesterday.
Oh, Joe Norelli, the best.
So it's all good.
I love it. I love it. Well, I wish I could have been there. So let's talk about the Herkimer Originals first. You are working on something that's going to tick off a lot of the world, and it's going to change the way we see basketball's history, because you have the facts on who really invented basketball. So,
Yeah.
and you own the AB team, the Herkimer Originals, which I got to sit in and play a couple games. I got my 2-day contract right here. I hurt my elbow practicing shooting. Whoever did that in their life, I never did until I've gotten older. But I had a blast with you guys. Talk about, just explain to our audience why you know the real reason for basketball.
It's crazy, Steve. I went home for COVID because schools were shutting down and I couldn't be the human calculator, and that wasn't working out. I took a little time off and I went home, and I was gifted a book by my brother-in-law, and it claimed that basketball was invented in my little hometown of Herkimer, New York, in upstate New York. And I just didn't believe it, to be honest with you, Steve, because I grew up there. I'd heard about it, and somehow I hadn't. And I read the book and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go to the Historical Society and prove this thing wrong. I got a little free time. And within a week, I found more evidence to support the book than I did to support Springfield. And within a month, I knew I was onto something where, holy cow, this book is probably correct. The truth and the evidence will come out, and we're going to prove that basketball was invented in Herkimer, New York, 11 months before James Naismith ever heard of it. And it has taken 5 years out of my life, Steve. But, from COVID till just recently, I wrapped it up now because we got the kid in the New York State Basketball Hall of Fame. And now he's on the ballot for Springfield. It's a chance to put our town on the map. And just like you did for your town, I'm trying to improve my hometown. And when I went back there and I saw what rough shape it was in, what a dream, what a 1 in a million shot, Steve, to have a chance to resurrect a village, and with an incredible story that basketball was invented there. So it has consumed my being for the past 4 years plus.
Uphill battle, but you've had some significant milestones. Before we get there, I just want to say something. I got to spend those 3 days in Herkimer, meet a lot of your friends, a lot of these wonderful people. Salt of the earth. If you're looking for where the salt comes from, it comes from Herkimer. I mean, I was so moved by everything. We got to do the pancake breakfast. And I mean, you got everybody from all walks of life in one place, from the legislature on all the way to the person that's, I don't know, doing whatever job it is, but everybody of every style of life. The sweetest ladies we were talking to while we were eating the old school pancake breakfast on the paper plates. And I just felt like, man, what a beautiful place. And you're called back home to do this, but you had to have a platform like this, right? So how far have you gotten?
Really far. Just a couple weeks ago, Steve, a CBS station in Albany, New York, the capital of New York, did a 30-minute special on the Herkimer 9. And we're called the Herkimer 9 Foundation because it turns out, Steve, that I'm enamored with the number 9. And when I got back to Herkimer to research this, I found out that the first basketball team ever was actually a baseball team of 9 kids, and they were called the Herkimer 9. And that's why we are the Herkimer 9. We want to celebrate those kids. And the kid who ran the team and who started it and who invented basketball, his name was Lambert Will. And for over 130 years, Steve, nobody heard about this guy. And it's taken a lot of effort, a lot of research, a lot of time in attics and cellars of historical societies across upstate New York. And we found compelling evidence to show that something is truly up and that this kid invented basketball. His story sticks. Everything we have found, Steve, has validated his timeline. And we have found so many gaps and confusion in the Naismith timeline. And you put those together and it really shows that we're onto something. So to get the kid in the New York State Basketball Hall of Fame was big. To get him on the ballot for Springfield was, I thought, insurmountable for a while. And now the TV special came out and they interviewed so many people, and they showed how much support and momentum we're gaining on this project. So it's really exciting, but now I'm going back to being the human calculator because it's out of my hands. It's in control of the people that are the powers that be in Springfield.
I've just been moved. When you were so compelling when we were talking about it, and you're so passionate about it, you moved back home. I'm just trying to stall right now because we got to get to the break, but I'm not trying to stall. I just haven't ever seen anybody so all into anything, and you're going to get pushback because you're dealing with Naismith and and basketball and that name and that that Hall of Fame and the place people go to visit. And if you guys could claim some sort of piece of that, you could have your own museum, right? And you could have people coming to you, thus the creative economy, sports economy. And Herkimer gets a big shot of adrenaline back to its economy.
Huge, and we're only 28 miles from Cooperstown in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Right.
So to have these two facilities that close to each other would be great for families. Plus, we have the Herkimer Diamond Mine, where you can camp at the #1 KOA on the West Canada River and go hunting for diamonds.
Wow. I need some diamonds. I want some diamonds. I'm taking a break right now. The Human Calculator, Scott Blansburg, one of the greatest guys ever. You may think he's a little bit off kilter because of what he's trying to prove, but I'm telling you, he's right. And we're Hoopers, by the way. We love hoop. Visit Mississippi.org. Check it out. A lot of basketball around the state of Mississippi. A lot of great players. A lot of these kids grew up on Mississippi soil.
Oh, girl, take your time. Take your time. Oh, baby girl, if you really want to take your time. Take your time.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
Finding great
Hey, folks, back in a Mississippi Minute. Steve Azar here with Scott Blansburg, the Human Calculator, named by Regis Philbin back in the day. That's who named him that. The Ellen DeGeneres Show, the Oprah Winfrey Show, many, many times on Larry King Live. The list goes on and on. He's got the fastest calculated mind on planet Earth. Guinness Book of World Record holder. He's been lectured in places like NASA and IBM and the Smithsonian. The list goes on and on. I'm going to probably have him do something in front of you. And trust me, I promise you, he's got no calculator and he's got no paper and nothing else. But it's the most insane thing. He's going to entertain this year at the Delta Soul before we get to the auction so he can get everybody revved up to spend a lot of money so we can have money to donate. The more the merrier there, but we're excited that he's on my show today. So take me back to the junior high years. You're 9 years old. You're a kid. You used to get in trouble in math if you didn't work the problem out exactly the whole way down. You'd get penalized even if you came up with the right answer. So what was that like with teachers for you?
Contentious, because it was surprising to me that they would show how to do it the way they wanted us to, and I would go through it and I'd get the answer. But then my approach, Steve, was what is the fastest way to get that answer if you don't have pencil and paper, if you can only use your brain? And for whatever reason, I asked myself that question at that age. By 9 years old, everything I would learn, that addition left to right instead of right to left, and I learned how to multiply really quickly. I was just asking really good questions and getting these amazing answers. And so I've been used to this contentious nature, Steve, since I was a little kid, from how I approached mental math to all the way to now where I'm trying to, set the record straight on basketball history and show people that there's a better way to teach our kids how to understand numbers, the most powerful language on the planet Earth. And it just feels like it's become socially accepted to be bad at math. And now we all have a calculator in our pocket. So the sense of urgency is gone. And so my goal is to help every kid unlock the calculator in their mind, and adults too, because a lot of them are locked up.
Well, now you just go and ask Siri what this is and what that is, but we're getting lazier and lazier, and we're not going to know much. We're not going to know how to figure things out. What did your mom and dad say when you came home? When did they notice? Was it before 9 years old they noticed you jacking around with numbers?
That was when it got on the radar, but I was 10 when they took me to the grocery store. And, we had a lot of kids in the family. We didn't have a lot of money. So my mom says, hey, we got $150 for groceries. I want you to keep track of everything and tell me when we get close. And so I did. And I knew we were, really close to 150. So we stopped and we get to the register, and my dad, just messing around, wrote out the check that I said it was going to be 149.24, whatever it was. And he wrote out the check for the amount. And the manager happened to be standing by the cash register, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And my dad says, "Well, my son can add all these numbers up in his head really quickly." And he did it while we were walking through the store. And the manager goes, "Well, that's impossible because you got taxable items, non-taxable items." I said, "Yes, sir, I understand that. I did two separate ones, and I add them together." And the lady gets done doing the cash register, and it came out exactly, 149.24, whatever it was. And the reaction on his face, Steve, is what showed me that something's up, that this kid's doing something. Because to be honest with you, I thought all adults could do all this stuff in their heads. I was just way ahead of the kids in my class. And that was the day I realized that, maybe adults can't do this either.
Unbelievable. So how do you nurture this and mentor this and help this grow for you when you're in uncharted territory and there's nobody around you that knows how to do this?
Yeah, and there were no gifted programs. This is in the early 70s. They just didn't know what to do with me. And so I ended up just going through school regular. I went and served 6 years in the United States Air Force.
Wow.
Served in Japan for 4 years, got to work with counterintelligence and all kinds of fun stuff. Then I went into computer programming and got to be stationed in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Come on. Ooh, let's go. Come on, the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, and so the Air Force was great, but I visited a school for my supervisor's kid. And the school, one of the school's kids' parents was a reporter and did a little story about me, and it got on the wire. And I got out of the service to start doing this, and that's where Regis and Kathy Lee found me and invited me to come to New York and do the show. And at the end of the interview, Regis goes, "Scott, you're like a human calculator." And that's where I got my name, and it stuck. So it's a dream come true, Steve. I have a God-given ability, and I found a way to use it.
And make a living out of it. How much touring do you do? Live stuff do you do? I know you're with kids a lot, and you're doing all this other stuff, and you're probably consulting a lot. How much on the road are you? Let's go pre-COVID and now post-COVID.
Well, before COVID, I was up over 2 million kids in person in 30 years. So I was on the road 200 plus days a year. Oprah had me at her school in South Africa. I've performed for royalty around the world, Australia, New Zealand, everywhere. It's such a dream come true to have a God-given ability and to figure out a way to use it to not only show off a little bit about what you can do, but more importantly, use that gift to inspire others to overcome what they consider a weakness, which is a lot of people just don't feel good about numbers.
But it's like magic to me. Anybody that, and like we had my son and his doctor friends that were all smart kids in med school at the time, and now they're doctors, but I think they were in their fourth year, and they were all sitting there with their mouths wide open going like, no. And they all had the calculator out, and they were all going like, there's no way. I mean, like, you think that there's something behind curtain number one that you're hiding, or there's something up your sleeve or whatever. And there's nothing up your sleeve. The 13-month calculator. Calendar.
Yep.
Right. Yep. That you created. Why?
We were all going to die from Y2K. You remember that? We were
that's
all storing food. And I was really nervous. I'm like, wait a minute, because Steve, I also am a human calendar. So you can tell me a date, and I can calculate
Are you kidding?
what day of the week it was. So go ahead and throw a random date out.
April 11th, 1969.
That was a Friday. So I have an algorithm I discovered in 1988 that I can do in my head and calculate any date. But the first question I asked was, why are we using a calendar that's so messed up? The only way you can know what day of the week Christmas is if you can calculate all these numbers in your head. So that's where it got started. I was like, there's got to be a better way to keep track of time.
Including leap year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, come on. Keep coming. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing that in there.
Yeah, the leap year is a tricky part of it. And then Y2K was coming, and I was like, all right, well, I can do this in my head, but we're all going to die. There's got to be a better way to keep track of time. And a little girl at a school I was visiting in Paradise Valley, Arizona, it was Cinco de Mayo, 99, and she asked me to count by the number 28. And I can count by numbers in my head. That's my Guinness World Record. I was doing 28, 56, 84, 112, 140, 168, 196, 224, 252, 283, 08, 336, 364. And I heard 364, and I was like, oh, that's almost a year. How come there's 13 times 28 is 364? Why aren't we using a 13-month calendar, and every month can have 28 days. And now I just got to sneak in an extra day. And so I got home that night, Steve, and I prayed about it. I was like, what is this? Because it was Y2K coming on strong. And it hit me to count zero. I'm the human calculator. My brain starts at zero, just like a calculator. And my calendar starts with the 0 day, and it makes it add up to 365. And so it was so exciting, Steve. I thought it was going to save the world from the calendar. And we ended up surviving without it. And so now, I got to wait till Y3K for the 13-month calendar.
Okay, you explain this to me. So what happens is you start at 0 as day one, and you get to 28 and you move on to the next month.
Yeah.
What blows my mind about this calendar, why did they do in February, why is there 28 days? Or I guess if there's leap year. But in what month is there 30 days?
You got 4 of them.
There's 4 of them? Okay, which ones?
April, June, September, and November.
So did they have to do that because the numbers just didn't add up?
There's all kinds of nuances to this, Steve. The Romans didn't like odd numbers. So they were trying to do 30, but 30 times 12 doesn't work. And the Babylonians were using a 12-month calendar, so they tried to incorporate the 12 months. They had extra days. And the Roman calendar only used to start in March and go through December. They had to add January and February in.
Okay, let's take a break right there because I don't want anybody to miss any of this. My pal, Scott Landsberg, the Human Calculator, is on with me. Visit Mississippi.org. Plan a road trip. Come see us in Mississippi. We'll be right back. I'm Steve Azar.
$20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
From the Seabrook.com.
In a Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
I'm rocking into a Mississippi Minute. Scott just disappeared off camera. He took some money off Alice Cooper today, which is tough to beat, Scott. The Human Calculator, dubbed by Regis Philbin, has been on every big show there ever was, and can do math like no one else on planet Earth. Literally nobody, not a soul, can take this man on. Guinness Book of World Record holder for the fastest human calculator. There ain't nobody touching him. We're never going to see it. I've never witnessed anything like it. It's truly magic to me, and it makes no sense. And he figured out a way to do math that's basically backwards. Hey, Scott, were you dyslexic a little bit at one point or no? No dyslexia?
No, it was a weird moment, Steve. I was in 3rd grade, and I got picked to go up to the board to add up a column of numbers where she had taught us how to add right to left, and I wasn't paying attention. So I'm walking up to the board stressing out because I didn't know what to do. I wasn't paying attention. And all I was thinking was, okay, I've learned how to read left to right, so I must have to do my math left to right. And that's what got me started on the right track.
And why does that work better?
Well, you're working with the most significant numbers first. And so, you add up a bunch of two-digit numbers. If you add up the right side first, you don't have even an estimate of the answer. When you start on the left side, you're adding 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You're getting close to the answer already.
Not how do you not carry your one or whatever you do?
Yeah, carrying the one.
Carrying your one, whatever, 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah, you got to carry the one because it's a trick, the way we teach kids how to add numbers where you carry a one. When you start from the left, there's no carrying because it just keeps adding up. It's a running total that just keeps adding up. It teaches you number sense, place value, estimation, all at the same time. The way they teach it now, you do it right to left. There's none of that. You don't have any estimation. You don't care what the numbers are. There's no place value involved because you're just adding single-digit numbers and you're carrying. So, and that was my red flag. I mean, I was only in third grade, Steve, and I was like, wow, teachers, maybe they don't know everything. I was surprised by it. So by fifth grade, I was teaching my teacher how to teach arithmetic.
We got to get you here because, we talked about this, and I know you got some things that you're working on that you use with state programs, right? We've gone from basically 50 almost last to top 10 now in education.
Wow.
And it's been amazing. It's been a journey. But when it comes to testing and stuff, we're kicking tail. What's your program that you have that you go into different states and it's adopted by states, right?
Yeah. And different places around the world now are using all of my content. I've created a coloring book for kids to show them how numbers really work. So that's the most elemental. And then my best-selling book is called Math Magic. And then I've created a whole internet video series on my website, humancalculator.com. And it takes you through everything from addition to algebra. And what's the easiest way to get the answer if you got to just use your brain, no pencil and paper.
Yeah, I have trouble with that. I'm not sure what goes on in my brain most of the time.
Well,
it's a little foggy. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit.
And Steve,
confused.
You know me as the human calculator. My mission is to reach every kid on the planet Earth before they're 9 years old, to teach them the secret to numbers, that everything goes back to the number 9. So everybody listening to your show right now, I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah, I want an example.
Think of the number 11.
Everybody sit down for a second out there in Radio Land. Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. 11. Think of 11.
All right.
Add up all the digits in that number. There's a 1, 1. So 1 plus 1 adds up to 2.
Yeah.
And then just subtract that total from the number we started at. So 11 minus 2 is 9. If you try that with a little bit bigger number like 22, 2 and 2 adds up to 4. 22 take away 4 is 18. And that answer, 1, 8, adds up to 9. So everybody listening to the show right now, think of your age and add those two digits together.
All right.
And take that total and subtract it from your age. And the answer you get will be a number that adds up to 9. So, Steve, I think you're 60 or 61 now.
No, 31.
31 again?
Yeah.
That's great. 31, 30 years in a row. Way to go. Let's use 31.
I've done it. Go ahead. I'm triple 31.
31.
No. Yeah.
3 plus 1 adds up to 4. 31 take away 4 is 27.
Okay.
And that answer, 27, adds up to 9. So
Shut up.
You're driving down this road. You see a speed limit sign that says 55.
Okay.
You add it up. 5 and 5 is 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then you do 55, take away 10, and you get 45. And that answer, 4
plus 5 is 9.
Is 9. That works.
How about my math right there? Am I good?
You were instant. And, that's the thing is, Steve, a lot of people have just memorized. They just memorized their math facts. This makes every number come alive. So now you're watching a basketball game and you see number 23. That's a chance for you to exercise your calculator. 2 plus 3 is 5. 23 minus 5 is 18.
1 and 8 is 9. And I also think of Michael Jordan. Can I do that?
Always. That's every athlete should help kids become mathletes by using their number to teach kids the math facts.
Okay, this is insane to me. Every time I'm with you, my mouth ends up being wide open. Like what? Like what? So for all you guys out there that are saying, Steve, your triple would be 93 or whatever it is. See that? I know my math.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking triple decades added to the 31 makes me what I really am. All right. So I have a question about how you see it. So you mentioned seeing shapes and angles in numbers. I saw you do that at some point. Can you describe what is that like? What are you seeing?
Yeah, it was just a coincidence because when our teacher wrote the numbers on the board, 0 through 9, I stopped her and I raised my hand and I said, excuse me, who picked those shapes? Why do numbers look like they do? So I sort of made it my mission to find out all these things that nobody seems to care about. And Steve, now you know, I'm all about the number 9. I want to reach every kid before they're 9. So when they're 9, every year or every day for a year, every number they see comes back to their age, the number 9. You, sir, your name is Steve Azar. There's 9 letters.
Right.
And your golf tournament is called Delta Soul. There's 9 more letters.
Come on.
We are tuned in.
All right. That seems like more of a coincidence to me, but I know that you could prove me wrong. Okay. So what about, so that's how you sort of see things. As songwriters that sort of visualize crazy stuff in their head and it comes out in their lyric. And I'm going, what'd you just see? How'd that happen? So is this one thing that once you knew you had it, is this something that you can train your mind to be better?
100%, because it's when you start with 0, Steve, instead of starting 1 through 10, if you count 0, it's like getting a new prescription of glasses to see the world of numbers clearly. The 1 through 10 makes it tough, but when you do 0 through 9, it gives you this new perspective of numbers and allows you to tune into them. And once you start doing this 9 pattern, everything goes back to 9. It's connecting neurons in your brain that have never talked, because when you learned arithmetic, and most people, they learn to memorize their math facts. So when I ask you 7 plus 7, you can say 14, but you're not tapping into your calculator. You're tapping into your memory. Whole different skill set.
Totally
math
right.
Doesn't need it. Math
totally
doesn't
right.
And math doesn't need memory because math is logical with patterns. So I show people how to approach numbers through patterns and logic.
How do you train? How did you go? So I feel like you're very savant-like, right? So if you're a musician, you just get on the piano and you start creating all this incredible arrangements, and you're just great at it, right? So that's what I feel like you are. So how much training has gone on, and how do you keep your mind sharp?
I don't train. It's hard to imagine, Steve, but numbers are around us all day, every day. You and most people have tuned out the language of numbers because you don't feel comfortable and confident with it. It's no different than learning a foreign language. I lived in Japan for 4 years. My wife was Japanese, and so I was inundated with Japanese. You see Japan in a whole different way. Same thing with numbers. When people learn this little fact about everything going back to 9, it turns on this calculator, and now everything you see, all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe I can make sense out of this. So that's my goal. I could teach you anything up to algebra, but right now most people are just afraid of numbers. I just want them to feel comfortable and confident.
Well, yeah, it's math, and you were sort of taught, well, you've got it or you don't, or you're told. You're not taught. You sort of have a knack for it, and you've changed the way we all should think about that. We could all have it. Let's take a quick break. Scott, the human calculator Flansburgh, is my guest today. Wonderful, wonderful soul, wonderful man, Guinness Book of World record holder, the fastest calculator mind in the world. And nobody's close. Visit Mississippi.org, the birthplace of America's music. Nobody's close to that. We'll be right back.
But it's a hard road, baby, that we're moving on down tonight.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music, Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now. The best Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Fertile fields of flatlands and hills raised by anything, whatever a farmer can dream. Slug burgers, shrimp boil, catfish fried up in oil. Oh, good gosh almighty, just a husk of hot tamale now. Now that's Mississippi.
We got a short segment left with one brilliant man. Boy, I tell you what, I've had some smart people on my show, but just takes the cake. And I promise you, I feel like Gilligan on Gilligan's Island right now. And the professor is right there, right in front of me, Scott Flansburgh, the human calculator. Visit Mississippi.org. I'm always humbled by that. Just really grateful to be a part of the fabric of the music business and music history. A small piece of that. Never will ever take it for granted. I love our Mississippi and the folks that mentored me along the way. I'm grateful. Scott, we have so many questions to ask. Let me do something real quick. Let's show our people. I'm getting my calculator out, right?
Okay, so can I demonstrate my world record since we don't have much time?
Yes.
Okay,
we have 6-7 minutes. Come on.
Okay, so people don't realize this, but on your calculator, go ahead and clear it. And just for an example, punch in 12 plus 12 and hit equals. And obviously it says 24, but if you hit equals again, it will automatically add 12 more.
Hit equals and 36. 36. I'll keep counting.
48, 60.
Yep.
So it counts by 12. It's called the constant. My buddy had a calculator in junior high, and he did that by mistake, Steve. He goes, hey, Scott, what's 28 plus 28? And I said, 56. And he accidentally hit equals again. And it said 84. And he goes, hey, what's 28 more? What's 28 more? And it's almost like something woke up in my brain. So, Steve, I'm going to demonstrate my world record for you. Clear your calculator. Yep. And I'll pick a two-digit number that's tough and big.
This is happening live on radio. I mean, like taped on radio. Okay, keep coming. I get to pick any number?
Well, make it tough, no fives or zeros or anything. And don't say it out loud yet. I don't need to know the number yet. We're going to wait till it's all ready to go. So pick a tough two-digit number and punch it in, and then hit the plus sign, and then hit the same two-digit number again, and then hit equals. And from this point on, all you're going to do is hit equals as I keep saying the next answer.
I got it.
And I'll start slow, and then I'll just show you. My brain can go as fast as I can talk.
Well, I can't even hit equals as fast. I've been there, but here we go. So I did it.
Okay, and I'm ready when you are. So what was that first two-digit number you started with?
97.
So do you have 194 on there?
Yes.
291?
Yep.
388, 485, 582, 679, 776, 873, 970, 1067, 1164, 1261, 1358, 1455, 1552, 1649, 1746, 1843, 1940, 2037. Like that. I can just tune in to any number.
You were ahead of me. I couldn't hit equals as fast, and the thing wouldn't compute as fast.
And I had to race an accountant using a calculator, and they gave me 15 seconds, Steve. And the judge chose 38. So the girl on the calculator, she was doing 38 plus 38 plus 38 plus 38, and I had to do it out loud. And at the end of the 15 seconds, she had 28 answers, and I had 36. So my world record is 36 answers in 15 seconds.
I got to go lay down for a minute, everybody. What are y'all doing out there? I'm laying down. My gosh. So this is what you do. You also can take, like you said, anybody's birthday, and you can ask them, and they think why are you hitting on me? Like are you hitting on me? We were there. How many people you asked, and you would tell them the day immediately they were born, and they were going like, some of them would have to look it up or they wouldn't believe you. And then I love it because then you would go, you were actually born at 6:30 a.m. And you go, no, I'm kidding. Because I looked at you the first time you did that, and I said, what?
Yeah. When I go to school, Steve, all the kids get a card, and they write down their name and their birthday. And I get to meet them afterwards, and I autograph the card. And while I'm signing it, I look at their birthday and see what day of the week they were born on. And I have the days of the week there. I just circle Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, whatever. And the kids get it in 3 seconds. And they go home and they're like, hey, Mom, Dad, I met the human calculator. Was I born on a Wednesday? So, I got to be right, man. These kids are checking it out. But, yeah, it's when I discovered that algorithm, it was really cool because it personalized my show. I wasn't just doing random stuff. I was doing your birthday.
Yeah. I love it. It's amazing how engaged everybody gets. Let me ask you, how could Mississippi get involved in your mission?
So my new project, Steve, is called the National Counting Bee. We're doing an Arizona counting bee. Let's do a Mississippi counting bee.
So instead of a spelling bee.
Yeah, and the kids get 15 seconds, just like me, from a world record. First round, you got to count by 3 as fast as you can. We see how many answers you get, but nobody starts at 0. Every person gets a random starting number. So when you get up on stage in the celebrity counting bee, Steve, you might have to start at 7 and
Wheel of
count by
Fortune.
3.
Wheel of Fortune was a lot easier, I can tell you. Our time has run out. You are the best. We are going to get this done in Mississippi. All right. We're going to get, but I'm not the teacher, and I'm not playing. I'm not participating in this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Scott Flansburgh, the human calculator. Scott, how can people hunt you down online?
On social media, I'm at Human Calculator, and my website is humancalculator.com.
All right, guys, got to check him out. This is unbelievable. You can check him out on videos and see all this stuff. And he'll be here at Delta Soul putting people in awe before we raise a bunch of money. That's my plan. I've got it all figured out. Visit Mississippi.org. That needs to be your plan. Blessings. Scott, you're the best.
My honor, Steve. God bless you.
Love you. God bless you.
Love you, buddy.
I'm Steve Azar. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them, where you can take your sweet time.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now. A SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.